Hello and welcome to the Introduction to Time tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning a little bit about time, how to scale it, and what real time means. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and create an empty, and we're going to call this our time control. All right, and in here, I'm going to add an FSM. We're going to add the scale time action. So what this action allows us to do is scale the time of the game. Now, when you're programming things in Unity, just like many other programming languages, if you want your program to run at a specific speed, you need to be really clear about what that speed really means. Because by default, computers will just process things as fast as they can. So a way we can see this happening is by setting up this scale time and then setting up a wait action in here. So this wait action, let's just say it takes 3 seconds before firing off next, and it goes to this second state, okay? So here we're waiting, and here we have complete. Now, currently scale time is set to 1, and what that means is that time will be set to its normal value. You could see those values in the tooltip for scale time, which can be found here in the action browser, or if you hover your mouse over this time scale, it says scale times 1 equals normal, 0.5 is half speed, and 2 is double speed. This will just process things at a normal rate, which means this wait should really just take 3 seconds. So if I hit play, waits 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so that makes sense, right? It took 3 seconds. Let's stop this. Let's say we're gonna run at half the time, so that's 0.5. Hit play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it took twice as long. Even though we had 3 seconds here, time scale was set to half, which means this took 6 seconds. That's where these little real time options come in handy. So if you hover over real time, it says ignore time scale. So for example, if the game is paused using time scale, what it's suggesting is that if you pause the game by setting time to 0, that this wait action will still process. So let's leave it at 0.5, right? We know that it takes about 6 seconds to process this wait action, but if we select this real time and then hit play, 1, 2, 3, and that works even if you set the scale time to 0. So really quick, let's just look at it when it's not running in real time and our time scale is set to 0. So I'm gonna hit play. In this wait action, you'll see down here, you can barely see a little speck of green as that line wants to start, but is not because it just isn't processing at all. Well, it's trying to, but at the speed of 0. So if we stop playing it, and then I check this real-time box, even with time scale set to 0, 1, 2, 3, still works. So that option is available not just on your wait actions, but you also can, for example, select this little cone, and we're gonna add that, and we're gonna say move object. We're gonna move this cone towards this exclamation crate, and we want it to take 4 seconds. And what are we at right now on our time control? 0, so let's set this to 1, right? That means this should take 4 seconds. I'm gonna hit play. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. Okay, just as expected. And then in time control, we're gonna change this to a quarter of the time, right? 0.25, and this cone, we're just gonna say real time. Screw you time scale, press play. 1, 2, 3, 4. But of course, if it was not checked, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so of course, when time is moving at a quarter of its regular speed, something that normally would have taken 4 seconds took 16 seconds. So the next thing I want to show you, we'll just go back to this time control. I'm going to get rid of this wait and just get rid of this so it doesn't bug us. And now I'm going to put in a float add. Okay, and we're going to be making a new variable called my float. and we'll say that we're adding 1 every frame. Okay, now if I press play, you'll see that this is going up as fast as it possibly can, basically based on my frame rate, which right now I am about 180, 170 frames per second. So every second, it does go up about somewhere between 170 and 200 frames. 170 to 200 points here in my float. So this is happening completely independent of this time scale. The time scale, you can see we set to 0.25, right? This every frame is not dependent on time scale. However, if I press stop, so the other thing we could observe here is the per second option. So I'm going to hit play, and you'll see that this per second is being observed by our scale time. It takes about 4 seconds to add 1 full unit of this 1 to my float. 12, 2, 3, 4, 13, 2, 3, 4, 14, 2, 3, 4, 15. See, so that is a quarter of the speed that we would want it to be adding. This is being affected by time scale. So if I change this to just 1, and then press play, we are just getting 1 per second. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Those are seconds. Okay, so those are some of the essentials that you should definitely know when you're programming things based on time. Be sure to check out our other videos to learn all the various features of PlayMaker. Links to more learning resources are in the description.